A while ago I made a video about my Supertramp camper and how much this thing actually cost. So in today's video we're gonna do the truck portion of this whole vehicle and talk about what did the truck cost originally when I drove it off the dealership's lot, and then with all the changes made to this vehicle. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you will be surprised how much money in the end I spent on this truck. And this is really just what you see. There's more that I did not put into the calculation. Some stuff I pulled out that probably should have been in the camper video, but I would say let's just get started and take a look how much this Ford F-250 Super Duty Tremor really cost. So this is a 2022 Ford F-250 Super Duty Tremor with the 6 3/4 foot bed. The truck itself cost $76,450, and then including tax and registration, which came up to another $7,306. So that's the cost just for the base vehicle. Now what you see here, of course, is no longer the base vehicle. And we'll go through the different portions here, and then we'll talk about really what it all adds up to. All right, so let's talk flatbed. When I purchased the truck and started my journey with Supertramp camper and all that good stuff, I did not have a flatbed on my mind. This was something that just happened over time, where I realized I need more storage, and I would not have enough storage on a regular truck bed with the Supertramp camper. And so going flatbed was really the best and only choice. So the flatbed with the storage boxes, which were originally designed for four-wheel campers, so a four-wheel camper would fit into the same truck here. But the flatbed with all the parts and everything, $24,920.62. So the next thing that we're talking about are the wheels and tires. So these are Method race wheels with Falcon Wild Peak 83 tires. Those are 37s. And yeah, those are, I want to say, not cheap as well. There's a total of 5. You see only 4 at the moment, but here underneath the flatbed, there's the Carli trophy hitch, which is specifically designed to carry an oversized spare tire. So for the wheels and tires, I paid a total of $4,575.16. So the Carli hitch for the oversized spare tire is $4,077.80. Then the next item I want to highlight is underneath the truck. If you take a look here, there is the tank, the transfer flow 58-gallon tank. So I had the stock 34-gallon tank replaced with this 58-gallon tank. And well, it's a game changer really in regards to how far you can go with this vehicle. You don't have to worry about any distance anymore. I mean, when you go, it shows over 500 miles till empty. And I'm pretty sure there's still a little buffer in there, because even with the computer, then when I reprogrammed it, it just yeah, doesn't seem to get empty. So the cost for this tank was $4,293.76. Now looking at the truck from the front, you see that I installed some lights behind the grille. Those are 2 Diodynamics Stage Series 6-inch amber light bars. And those lights combined with the ones in the rear, because there are 2 additional Diodynamic lights, and those are hidden underneath. There's one here, and there's one here. So those lights combined cost $441.66. Now let's talk about the A-pillar or ditch lights. Those are the Morimoto 4-bangers, HXB. They put out a fantastic light. And yeah, when you're in a really dark area and you turn those on, it's almost like the night switches to daylight. They are that good. So these lights cost a total of $594. Then here in the front, this did not come with the factory, so I installed this myself. It's a Warn winch, and this is specifically the Ford Performance Warn winch, 12,000 pound capacity. And this winch cost me $2,340.17. Since this vehicle is no longer stock, I needed a different backup camera. So for the tailgate that disappeared, which had the original backup camera when you reverse the truck. So I bought a camera from Camera Source, and this is this one here, and it was $184.90. It's a generic one. It was initially designed for the license plate, but since we have space here underneath the license plate, that's actually where it got mounted. And I hope you can see this here, but there is a Wire 2.5 gallon air tank, which is mounted underneath the flatbed. And that was installed with the ARB twin air compressor that is now installed in one of the storage boxes of the flatbed here. Where are the airbags? So I hope it's becoming visible here. So there are 2 airbags. Those are the Firestone airbags. They don't have a remote or anything, so the valves for the airbags are here. And this one here is for the left side. So since we're underneath the truck here, let's take a look. You see the upgraded leaf pack here, and it's the medium leaf pack from Carli for trucks that carry a 2,000 pound weight permanently. So this suspension upgrade really made a big difference in the ride quality and how the truck behaves when you go on highway and of course off-road. A little below you see the sway bar. This is the Hellwig sway bar, and that again really changed the way how the truck drives. So let's have a look at what this cost. So the sway bar was $964.27. The airbags were $1,077.10. Earlier I mentioned that I have the extra leaf pack in the rear. That's part of the Carli pin-top suspension. Here you can see the king shocks in the front. So this truck has the entire Carli pin-top suspension. And then the Carli suspension was $8,765. There's also the related labor to the Carli suspension, and that is $1,370. Then up here between the camper and the roof, that's a Sherpa Thunder roof rack. And I installed this mostly really to fill the gap between the camper and the roof of the pickup truck. For one, it looks better, but it also has a wind visor in the front, so it helps a little bit with wind resistance and driving through wind, and yeah, hopefully improving the MPG for this vehicle. The other thing that you see up there is the WeBoost antenna, which goes to a 12-volt outlet inside the cab, and that is really to help with boosting a cell phone signal to have better reception and better data communication when traveling. So the cost for these different items was, for the roof rack, it's $1,794.25. The WeBoost itself was $638.64. And then the installation of the WeBoost and putting power from the camper into the truck, that was $971.52 for the labor. So down here you see this little innocent looking plug. That's part of the Revelcro security anti-theft system. The installation of this, including the device of course, is $753, and you have to attach the dongle every time you want to drive, otherwise the engine will not start. This is one of the best anti-theft systems on the market, and yeah, it really helped me to sleep at night knowing that my truck can only be stolen with a heavy-duty tow truck. It will not drive without the little dongle, so you would have to break into my house, of course, and steal it, which of course could be done, but overall it really helps this truck from being stolen. Since we're inside the vehicle, let's have a look at this up front. So I have a Build-Right dash mount, or Build-Right Industry dash mount installed here, and this is really to attach my phone. This is magnetic, so this is a really strong magnetic setup, so even when I go off-roading, my phone will not fall down. I also have a mount for the GoPro here, and underneath there is another 12-volt outlet. So the next item we're looking at is the Ford branded console vault safe for the center console. So this one here is really strong metal. You need to bring heavy tools to break this open. And I also have the upgraded lock, the numbers lock for the console vault safe here. So the cost of the console vault was $361.56. The lock upgrade was $53.05. For the dash mount, the Build-Right dash mount, the cost was $78.99. The 12-volt outlet underneath was $15.26. Then here in the corner we have the switch panel for the Switch Pros 9100. The Switch Pros 9100 is actually in the engine compartment, which I'm not going to open, but it is in the engine compartment. So this is how I control the air compressor, the lights, and additional functionality should I need it for this vehicle. The Switch Pros panel was $808.90. So some additional items that I have not mentioned. So the price for the Vire 2.5 gallon air tank was $90. Then I have tinted windows in this vehicle. I'm not sure how good it comes over on the camera, but the window tint was $950 total. So the window tint was $950, which includes the windshield. So on the side windows and the rear window here, there's a 35% ceramic film, and then on the front it's a 70%. And it really makes a big difference to keeping the cab cool. I want to say it's a black vehicle, so it heats up in the sun quite a bit, but the window tint really made a difference for how comfortable it is inside the truck cab. Then up here you see my dash cam slash rear view mirror, which is the Wolfbox G930. It's a 4K 10-inch mirror screen. With the second camera in the rear, I pretty much have a live video feed from the traffic behind me. It really makes driving significantly easier, so I have an eye on traffic. So the cost for the camera was $127.99. Plus the extension cable for $19.99. Then I mentioned that there's some additional cost, which is labor and tax. I have different items here. It's for the installation in certain areas. So the labor and tax related to the Switch Pros and the ARB compressor is $1,583.41. Then there was labor for the Sherpa rack installation and the WeBoost and a couple of other items. That was $1,164.03. Other areas with labor I probably don't have listed here, but there is of course a little more. This truck has been at Basil's garage quite a few times for upgrades and changes, so there's always something that needs to get paid at the very end. So now the big question: what is the total cost for the truck behind me without the Supertramp camper and the related expenses to the Supertramp? So flatbed, truck cost, and everything together. So the total cost for this truck with all the upgrades and everything is $148,724.03. That's a big chunk of money, something I did not have in my budget originally when I started this journey. So this is something that grew over time, and I'm really surprised where I ended up. So with almost $149,000, it's quite shocking that you can make a pickup truck that expensive by going flatbed, by upgrading the suspension, and. So if you want to build an expedition vehicle, this is the cost that you're looking at just for the truck portion with a flatbed and the storage. If you do a flatbed without the storage, it's a couple $1,000s less, but nonetheless, this is really the entire cost for a vehicle of this size. Now you have an idea of what it costs really to build an expedition vehicle of this type of quality. So it's not really just putting a truck camper on there and call it good. So there's a lot more that you need to think about when you build a vehicle that is off-road capable and really can go places where other vehicles cannot go, especially not with a big truck camper in the rear. It is an expensive vehicle, so again, as mentioned, if you want to build an expedition vehicle, this is the price range that you're looking at if you start using a Ford F-250 Super Duty as your foundation. And with all the additional gear and equipment, the cost is even higher. So not a cheap undertaking, and I was shocked. I did not expect the cost to be that high when I started building this. This is it for this video. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so as well. Shelby and I will really appreciate it. and then I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.